What is up, you guys? Welcome back. So for today's video, I'm going to be testing out new makeup launches for 2020. It's funny because I get a lot of makeup sent to me in PR, but I'm very picky and choosy as to which products I want to give away and which products I want to personally keep. Before, I used to try to keep everything, and then I realized I was just hoarding makeup, so I stopped doing that. I was looking in my new product launches bin that I want to try out on my channel, and I saw that there were a lot of products in there that I want to try and test out. So within today's video, I do have a good variety of products from Urban Decay, Ciate, bareMinerals, IT Cosmetics. I have some stuff from One Size, Too Faced. It is going to be a very, very awesome video. So if you guys are not yet subscribed, make sure you guys do that. Also, like the video and turn on your post notifications so that way YouTube will notify you when I upload, which is every Monday and a Wednesday at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. With that being said, I'm gonna zoom you in so that way we can start glamming this face. So let's go. So for the sake of timing, I did already prime my eyelids off camera. I just used the P. Louise Base 2. I'm now gonna go in with this eyeshadow palette right here by Patrick Starr's brand called One Size. They were nice enough to send over the entire collection, so this is what I'm going to be using within today's video. I also have the Stone palette by Urban Decay. I wanna dip into this as well because they have such beautiful eye toppers within that palette, and I know you guys have been wanting me to use it. So I'm gonna take this fluffy brush here. I'm gonna take Manila Sands, and I'm going to just put it into my crease to act as my base color before I actually go in with my transitional shade. This helps with blending a little bit. I mean, sometimes I do it, sometimes I don't. It really just depends. Let's go in with the next shade. It's called Mango. It's such a beautiful peachy tone. You guys know how I live for peach tone eyeshadows, so I'm just going to put this in my crease. This kind of reminds me of like Peach Smoothie by Makeup Geek. What do y'all think? I'm gonna switch over to a bigger brush just so that way I could really pack a punch because I felt like the other brush was just a little too small for this step. The next shade I'm gonna take is called Suede Charm. This shade is literally speaking to me, so I'm just going to start tapping this on the outer V and a little bit into the crease. Wow, these eyeshadows are blending very, very nicely. I don't know why it's taking me so long to try out this palette. I should probably try out makeup products as they launch and not like months later. Now I'm just taking an M433 with a little bit more of Suede Charm, and I'm really just gonna focus it right here in the socket. So now I'm gonna go in with a little bit of concealer and I'm gonna cut my crease. Then with a fluffy brush, I'm just gonna tap the concealer just so that way the edges are nice and blended. So at this point, I can't even lie to you and say I'm not tempted to do a warm tone eye look, but I'm not. I definitely want to use a cool tone, so I am going to take Rebel Gray right here. It's that really beautiful kind of blue silver color, and I'm going to take it on a flat brush and I'm just going to start tapping it all over my eyelid. Ooh, I do find this to be a little powdery. A little disappointed. I'm gonna use my finger to see what's up. So the Rebel Gray shade, like I've used drugstore eyeshadows that perform a lot better than the shimmer. It just felt a little powdery. It didn't have enough creaminess to it to the point where it just like slid onto my eyelid. I definitely had to lubricate it with a little bit of the Prime and Glow Julia Glow fixing spray, and that didn't even really help. So let's dip into the Urban Decay Stone palette because this is probably what I'm most excited for. I really want to go in with this shade right here called Opal Aura. I should have just started with this one in general because I really wanted to create more of like a winter wonderland eye look. So I'm gonna take this and I'm just gonna put it over top of that because this isn't really doing anything for me. This is doing something for me. So pretty. I'm also gonna mix in a little bit of Ojo, I think that's how you say it, just to give it more of like a blue feel. Oh yeah, that's pretty. I'm gonna switch brushes just so that way I can get this super close to my cut crease. Like, come on, do you guys just see the difference between this eye and this eye? Like, this just gives it a whole different effect, and I'm really into it. What I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna go in with the Patrick Starr One Size Point Made eyeliner. I have tried this before and I really do like it, so I'm just gonna go to town and create an intense cat eye wing. So now let's pop on some false lashes. I'm going to use these right here by Too Faced. These are brand new and they are part of their Better Than Sex line. These are faux mink false lashes, and the style I'm using is in the style Sex Kitten. These are so incredibly beautiful. So I'm gonna pop these on. I think they're gonna complement the look very well, and then we'll be right back and continue working on the look. Now that lashes are on, I'm just sanitizing my hands because we're now gonna jump into working on the face. I'm gonna start off with primer. I'm gonna use this right here by Hard Candy. This is the Hydrating Primer, spot on dupe for the Milk Hydro Grip Face Primer. I did just bring my dupe series to Reels on Instagram. I'm gonna put it right here if you guys want to check it out, but definitely follow me over on Instagram, you guys, because I am going to be uploading a lot more content over there that you guys aren't gonna wanna miss out on. Just gonna put this all over to prime. Honestly, I'm kind of digging my eye makeup right now. I think it looks really, really pretty and just very different. Anyways, let's go ahead and move on to sunscreen. I have been loving this sunscreen right here. This is the Glow Screen by Supergoop. This has SPF 40. So I'm going to take this and put this all over to give my skin a little bit of glow. And I have been really liking to use my sunscreen over top of my primer. I don't know what it is, but I've really been liking to apply my sunscreen over top of my primer. I just feel like it applies a lot better. Also, if it has some kind of glow to it or if it's tinted, I just feel like it works a lot better that way. So as you can see, my skin looks so luminous. She glowing. Ew. Anyways, let's move on to foundation. I have two newer foundations to try and test out, but I'm trying to debate as to which one I want to use. I have the brand new It Cosmetics Your Skin But Better foundation and skincare in one. I have two different shades here. And then I also have the bareMinerals Original Liquid Mineral Foundation. I kind of want to try this just because it is a lot newer than the It Cosmetics one. So let's see what this is all about. It says shake well before applying and then just twist the cap. So we're gonna do that and see what's up with this formula. Oh, okay, so this is a pretty decent consistency here. I actually like it. It's not too runny, but it's also not too thick either. I'm gonna take my e.l.f. Cosmetics sponge and I'm just gonna start dotting it. I do have another shade around here. I have this shade right here called Golden Beige, but it looks very, very yellow, but I feel like I could use it for more of like a golden undertone because I don't want this to be too neutral. Yeah, I could definitely mix these two. I do like more of like a warm golden undertone, so I'm actually really happy that they sent that one over. Oh wow, this is pretty, you guys. The coverage on this is unreal. You know what? I definitely want to look up specs on this foundation because I really know nothing about it. So let me pull it up. This foundation retails for $34, which is very, very affordable for more of a high-end foundation. It also comes in 35 shades. It's paraben-free, cruelty-free, vegan, gluten-free, talc-free, SLS-free, synthetic and fragrance-free, and tree nut-free. It also says that you get 24-hour full coverage with this foundation. I can definitely agree that it is very much full coverage because it's literally covered up all the blemishes on the left side of my face. So I'm impressed. I am. Oh my gosh. Okay, bareMinerals. We see you. Yes, we do. This is actually looking a little orange. Oh Lord, I always get foundations that are too dark for me. When will I learn that I am not medium? I am light medium. This would make for a good self-tan shade though. What do y'all think? Let's move on to concealer. I will be using these right here that are also by bareMinerals. These are the liquid mineral concealers. I have two shades, light 2C and light medium. I'm just gonna opt for light because I think light medium is gonna be a little too dark. Actually, this isn't as light as I would like, but I'm gonna blend it out just to see what the formula is like, and then I may top a little bit more of a lighter concealer over top. But it is a relatively thinner concealer, which I'm not mad at. It blends very nicely too on the face. I just would have preferred something a little bit lighter to highlight, but it still is really, really beautiful, you guys. Like, it blends so beautifully into the foundation. Like, very, very seamless, very lightweight. Definitely need something just a little more. I am going to go in with this concealer right here. This is the 16-Hour Camo Concealer in the shade Light Beige by e.l.f. And I'm literally just going to take like a dot to highlight. I really don't need anything more because I'm not really going for coverage. I'm just going for color more than coverage at this point. I'm also going to take a little bit down the center of my face as well. And then one thing I always like to do, especially if I've drugged, let's say, my eyeshadow a little too far down in here, like I did over here, is I'll take my brush onto my cheek area and then I'll lightly buff it into this area just to tone it down, and just so that way things are a little bit more seamless and blended. You definitely don't want it to be too stark and harsh in this area, so that's a little tip from me to you. Merry Christmas. So let's move on to loose powder. I will be using this right here by Patrick Starrr. This is the One Size Translucent Powder. I'm not gonna lie, I have tried this before and I do really like it. I'm not entirely sure if they sent me the smaller size of this, but I definitely want to pick up the full size because it is just that good. I don't know what it is with Patrick and his loose powders, but they always hit it out of the park, let me tell you. He really knows what he's doing when it comes to powders. Houston, I think we have a problem. Let me zoom you guys in so you can see exactly what I'm talking about because, oh no. Yeah, I don't know what's happening. I feel like my under eye area looks so orange, but as you can see, the foundation is kind of like non-existent on my nose. Like this area looks super orange. My nose just looks like pale white. And then the powder is just clinging on very weird up here. I also see that the foundation isn't really wearing on my chin, and I just put it on. I really don't know what's throwing me off here. What would you guys do? Would you take it off or would you just roll with it? I think I need to take it off because my eye makeup looks way too good for my base makeup to look like this. So with the power of editing, we are back. I went ahead and just popped on the ABH Luminous Foundation with my e.l.f. Camo Concealer and the Patrick Starrr Powder, and things are looking a million times better. Let's go ahead and move on to actual pressed powder for the face. I'm going to use this right here by Collab. This is the Kill the Shine pressed powder. I'm using mine in the shade Ivory Sand, and I'm just going to take it on a sponge and I'm just going to press it into the skin to give me more of a full coverage look, even though at this point I don't even think I need any more coverage because the ABH foundation on its own provides such beautiful coverage to the skin. After pressing it with a sponge, I'm just going to go in with a brush and then just lightly blend and diffuse the powder all over. By the way, you guys, my sister gave me a facial maybe a week ago, like during Thanksgiving, and my skin felt so incredibly good afterwards. She's actually studying to be an esthetician, and she just texted me and she's like, hey, how's your skin doing? You want another facial? And I'm just like, yes, like I need it. You see these little creatures in my skin? Like, get it all out. I'm also gonna take this powder down my neck as well. For bronzer, I will be using this right here by Kaleidos. This is the Charisma Contour Palette, and I'm going to use this to bronze up the skin. I have been loving their products, like loving. A little bit goes a very long way. As you can see, I put way too much. Rewind. When you use this product as well, you definitely want to use a bigger brush, not a small brush like I just used. Otherwise, that will happen. I'm gonna use my MAC 135. I know Morphe also has a similar version to this. I'm gonna pick up some of that bronzer and then I'm just gonna go to town and really just diffuse this out. Very, very pigmented. A little bit goes a very long way. Just be careful. You definitely don't want a bronzer helmet. Before moving on, let's finish off the lower lash line really quick. I'm gonna jump right back into the One Size palette and I'm gonna take Suede Charm and I'm just gonna smudge this right on that lower lash line. To be completely honest, I really don't know what it is these days. Anything I put underneath my eyes as far as concealer, it just creases on me. I feel like I'm just getting to that age where everything creases. But one thing I do know is when I put shadow on my lash line, it just helps conceal the creasing, which is why this is a step I never skip. Now I'm going to take a little bit of Mango and I'm going to use it to smudge and smoke out this lower lash line. Another thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take Turban Legend, and I'm just going to put this in the very like outer V of my lower lash line, just to kind of create more of like a cat eye effect. So for blush today, I will be using this palette right here. This is a part of the Miss Piggy collection. This is the All About Moi Cream Face Palette. I thought that these were powders. Oh my god, these are creams. Should I chance it or should I not? I probably shouldn't. You know what? I'm just gonna roll with it. I'm gonna take this mauve shade right here on a brush by Rare Beauty, and I'm really just sticking the brush in there, saturating it, and then I'm gonna put it on the back of my hand, just because that's just how I work. I definitely have like a makeup artist mentality whenever it comes to applying products, so that's kind of why I always go for my hand before I go for my face. Ooh, I'm actually really surprised that this isn't like balling up or doing anything weird on top of the powder, because you guys know you are not meant to put cream on top of powder, so hey, we're in a good place. I'm gonna go in with my tried and true Milani Duo highlighter in the shade Power Up. This is my holy grail. This is what I love to use. So I'm gonna put a little bit on the highest points of my cheeks. This is also a cream to powder formula, so it just works out. I definitely can't forget about my nose. I'm just gonna put a little bit here and down the bridge. For lip liner, I will be using my KKW lip liner in the shade 2. I'm gonna overline a little bit. Now, I have been thinking about doing a video dedicated to my favorite nude lip combos, so let me know how you guys would feel about that. For actual lipstick, I'm gonna use MAC Kinda Sexy. This was my go-to lipstick for so long. Look how much I have left. It's such a beautiful shade. To lighten up this lip just a little bit, I am gonna go in with the Madison Beer lip gloss in the shade Mars, right in the center. I'm also gonna go in with the Peach and Lily Glass Skin Veil Mist. It's gonna hydrate my skin and give me such a beautiful glow, which is what we all need for the winter time. So I went ahead and zoomed you guys out just so that way we can look at the final and completed look. High-key, low-key obsessed. I know I say that about a lot of my looks, but this is a cool tone look that isn't like gray or ashy or just like deadly, if you get me. I really love it. I definitely feel like this is an awesome way to play with cool tones this winter season. This look to me definitely screams winter wonderland, so I definitely encourage you guys to try it out at home. I really enjoyed the One Size palette. I also really loved the Stone palette by Urban Decay. I'll definitely be playing with that palette a little bit more, so sit tight. If you guys want to see something that is not cool tone, I'm definitely going to be uploading something with the Stone palette very, very soon. Some products that really just did not cut it for me is the bareMinerals foundation and concealer. I definitely have to play around with that off camera, maybe get different shades just to see how it performs on my skin, maybe do a different primer combo, because as you guys saw, it was not clinging onto my nose. It just did such a weird thing and I really wasn't vibing with it, so I corrected it with the ABH Illuminous foundation, which is such a great foundation for the winter season, so definitely check that one out. I also really enjoyed this palette right here by Ciate. It is a part of the Miss Piggy collection. I use this shade right here and it looks absolutely beautiful on the cheeks. I feel like I have a really pretty like dewy luminous glow going, and I really, really love that about this palette. So that is pretty much it, you guys. I hope you enjoyed this testing out new makeup products video. And if you guys want me to test out any holiday launches, let me know because I'll be happy to do that. Like the video, subscribe if you haven't already, and turn on your post notifications for more videos just like this one. I love you guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. And until next time, I'll be sure to catch you guys all on the next one. Deuces.